somebody commented on what do I think of some of the Irish bishops' responses to fiducia supplicans. All I can say is yesterday, Father Thady Doyle on God's Cottage channel, and I put a link to his video below. Father Thady, he made a very good video, a very, very good response, a very good practical response, a response that isn't reactionary. He's thought it through. And what I'll say to Irish Catholics, read the history of the church, because there's been moments of confusion in the history of the church where some bishops have fallen into heresy and others haven't. And confusion that we have in the church at the moment is not from God. It's not from God. So Our Lady warned us that you would see bishops against bishops, cardinals against cardinals. It was actually spelled out in her prophecies, in her messages, spelled out 50 years ago. So don't be worried, don't be alarmed, stick to what is the perennial faith and morals and teachings of the Catholic Church. Don't give in to confusion at this moment in time. And you look, the storm will come and the storm will pass, and just be faithful. We have to give this gospel in a way that, is loving, but that doesn't destroy the connection to the truth. And that's not easy sometimes, to do the two things. It's, we have to call people to this beautiful encounter with Christ. And also, I was just thinking about it. We have a 2,000-year history of teaching on sanctification, teaching on, union with God, teaching on how to embark on this path of sanctification. If you read the Desert Fathers, the Orthodox have the Philokalia, the saints of the church, they will talk about, how God purifies us, how God leads us on the path of purification. And they all say the same thing, look, you have to recognize sin, reject it, work on yourself, and move along, like St. Teresa of Avila. She talks about it. And so we shouldn't be afraid to propose this to the modern world and say, look, if you want to embark on this path of sanctification, you have to reject certain things. There's certain things you can't accommodate in this process of sanctification. And sometimes it's not easy, because, people are very, St. Augustine will talk about it. We can make me a saint, but not today, Lord. So anyway, don't get alarmed in the church. Pray for the church. You will see bishops taking sides. You will see bishops against bishops, cardinals against cardinals. Our Lady has warned us. What do? We go back to the living tradition of the church and to what priests have done for 2,000 years. We look at that, and we don't get too caught up in the confusion at the moment, because at the end of the day, it's a distraction to ourselves. And we're called to study the faith. So listen to Father Thady's video that he put out yesterday in God's Cottage. I'll put a link below. I think he makes a very measured response. He's not divisive. He's not he's not a Pope hater. He's not hating the Pope or anything like this. It's just a good video. It's just a sensible video. And he just hits the nail on the head, in my opinion. Anyway, God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.